My name is Richard Eastman.
My name is Richard Eastman.
I came to you guys about a year ago
I came to you guys about a year ago
and said I was an occupier from 1976.
and said I was an occupier from 1976.
And that's the truth.
And that's the truth.
And somewhere along the way,
And somewhere along the way,
and a year later,
and a year later,
after we gave out 4 pounds of marijuana,
after we gave out 4 pounds of marijuana
and 2,000 spaghetti dinners,
and 2,000 spaghetti dinners,
Melissa Ballin
and I
are the closest you got
are the closest you got
to an unofficial
to an unofficial
occupied candidate.
occupied candidate. Woo! Occupy!
One, I encourage to run for mayor.
I'm running for councilman of Venice Beach.
Yeah! One for president.
Signatures?
No, he's a write-in. He's a write-in only.
Okay, he's a write-in.
I'll be a right.
He's a write-in,
And Councilman Rosenthal
and Councilman
is still
Rosenthal
our friend,
is still our
even
friend,
though he's very sick.
even though he's very sick.
And these are his words.
And these are his words.
Where can a councilman
Where can a councilman
get his marijuana
get his marijuana
if the rest of you council people
if the rest of you council people
ban our medicine?
ban our medicine?
And on those words,
And on those words,
the ban was stopped.
the ban was stopped.
And a few days later,
And a few days later,
Melissa and I went to the city hall
went to the city hall
and pulled the paperwork
and pulled the paperwork
to be
to be
on the primary nominating system.
on the primary nominating system.
They gave us 2,000 petitions
2,000 petitions
and 25 days
in 25 days
to collect
to collect
approximately 500
or
2,000
or 2,000
valid signatures
valid signatures.
Melissa
For mayor
or Richard Eastman
or Richard
for
Eastman
LA City Council.
for LA City Council.
We're a little behind,
We're a little behind,
but that's okay.
but that's okay.
Because with faith
Because with faith
and hope
and hope
and change
and change
and some of the occupiers
and some of the occupiers,
you're registered to vote
and if you're registered to
in the
vote
state of California,
in the state of California,
you could help
you could help
Melissa
Los Angeles
and
Richard
to collect signatures
to collect signatures
or to sign them.
or to sign them.
Melissa
Melissa
has an easier way
has an easier way
because she's running for mayor.
because she's running for
If
mayor.
you are a registered voter
If you are a registered voter
City of Los Angeles,
for the city of Los Angeles,
anywhere in Los Angeles,
anywhere in Los
you can
Angeles,
sign her petition.
you can sign her petition.
Richard Eastman
Richard Eastman
has a little more difficult
situation
because
because
the 13th council district
the 13th council district
is
is basically
Hollywood,
Silver Lake,
Echo Park, Lasso Park, and a voting contingency
and a voting contingency
of about 100,000 voters
of about 100,000 voters
areas.
in those areas.
So it's going to be a little more difficult.
It's going to be a little more difficult
Signatures for Richard Eastman.
to collect signatures for Richard Eastman.
But that's okay.
But that's okay because
we've won already.
we've won already. Because
We got our name
we got our name
on the official roster
on the official roster
to do this historic
to do this historic
march towards freedom
march towards freedom
for the mayor's race
for the mayor's race
and one of the 15 council seats.
and one of the 15 council seats.
And even
if
we don't get enough signatures,
we don't get enough signatures
we don't qualify for their way,
and we don't qualify for their
we
way,
can go the people's way.
we can go the people's way
And write in
and write in
Melissa Ballin for mayor.
Melissa Ballin for mayor.
City Council.
and Richmond Easton for LA City Council,
For LA City Council.
and 1 for Venice LA City Council.
So
today,
I'm honored
to
be your friend,
be your friend
and a fellow occupier,
and a fellow occupier
for over a year,
and
to have given out
a
lot of love,
compassion,
and more than 4 pounds of marijuana.
and more than 4 pounds of marijuana.
And my friend, Kim
Kim
who
Quiggle,
donated 2 pounds,
who donated 2 pounds, and Dennis Perone,
and the 2,000 spaghetti dinners,
and the 2,000 spaghetti dinners,
wishes you all
a
a happy on Thanksgiving.
happy on Thanksgiving.
Because
Yeah.
I'm almost done.
I'm almost done.
So, because
Because
I don't want to hog the whole meeting.
I don't want to hog the whole meeting.
Some of you aren't used to seeing me in a fancy suit.
Some of you aren't used to seeing me in a fancy suit. It's from Italy,
And it was $1,200.
and it was $1,200.
But I got it for $12.
But I got it for
At a
$12
thrift store in Long Beach.
in a thrift store in Long Beach.
Free the weed!
Free the weed!
And don't forget to vote!
And don't forget to vote!
Thank you all!
Thank you all! I'm way ahead.
Don't forget to vote.
This is from Italy,
I got it free
and I got it free
at the church.
at the church this morning.
I was there.
Occupy!
Goodbye.
Power to the peaceful!
So peaceful.
I came away,